How are we doing? Please excuse me, I'm super giddy from just doing a reading. I'm trying to cram in as many different things this morning as humanly possible. Okay, so I've had this video in my mind for such a long time, and you'll understand when I start talking. Let me just clear the space. Okay, so the videos and the content that I'm trying to put out there is literally just trying to maybe fish hook you to opening your eye, like to turn your head to maybe look at things in a different way. And I know some of the content of what I talk about may be uncomfortable, it might be triggering, it might be upsetting, you might feel like somehow it's a personal attack. I don't like there's a lot of outcomes to what I talk about, and a lot of the stuff probably seems like quite out there, but I would like to try and blend it with things that are very much here and now, things that we can change, and just to give you some insight on what's actually going off around you, because I think sometimes, well, all the time, we are so busy just trying to get by that we're not actually looking at things in a way that is constructive or beneficial to ourselves. I think that a lot of our ways of existing become habitual because we feel like we have no power in our lives and that we can't change things on such a small level, and I feel like we rely on I'm going to say the powers that be, because that could mean anything, to decide things for us, and from my understanding and from what I'm seeing, that it's not beneficial to us. Leaving other people to make decisions for us, and that could literally be just people in your community. That doesn't have to be the government, it doesn't have to be anything like that. It could literally just be, are we taking autonomy for our own existence and our own lives and the way that we want to live our lives. And that's the kind of feeling that I want to get across in my videos and what I'm talking about. And I hope to God that I don't sound like I'm being all self-righteous and that I know everything, because that is just not the case whatsoever. I'm in the thick of it. I'm getting by just as much as what you guys are. I've just maybe found some insight that that might help. That's what I'm trying to do here. And if it helps, great. If it doesn't, and it doesn't resonate, then it's not your time. But one of the things that I wanted to sort of highlight is the fact that we rely so much on other people's information, other people's findings, other people's experiments, other people's ways of doing things. And do we really actually take any authority into what we want and how we want to do things? And I feel like, just to generalize, we very much rely on being spoon-fed the information that comes to us, spoon-fed what we're meant to be eating, drinking, how we're meant to live our lives, how we're meant to talk, how we're meant to be with other people. Basically just life in general. It's we're indoctrinated and programmed to believe that what we are given is what we are deserving of, and what is right. And we're sort of told not to go against the grain. We're taught to not to judge this. We're taught not to talk out. Things are the way that they are. We do the best that we can, like these kind of storylines, and it sort of leaves us in a really powerless situation. And I just wanted to talk about this because I've kept these little spoons for a reason. When my little boy went from breastfeeding to cartons of milk, I chose an organic brand. And then I was getting a spoon, a serving spoon, in every single carton of this milk. And for an organic product, I was thinking, well, there's nothing organic about that, is there? And like, fair enough, we don't really know where all the ingredients come from, and we do have to take their word that it is actually organic. But I thought the design of the packaging and everything, there was like a little shelf over the top of the box where the powder would have like a breathing room, so airflow would be able to go through the box. Great design. And it even had like a little shelf in it that you could tap your milk strainer out and clear the top off, so it would be a complete serving. But I just kept coming back to this fucking spoon, and I'm sorry to have to swear, but it really pees me off. An organic product with a plastic spoon. And it does say that it's recyclable on it. It says PP in the little recyclable box. But why, oh why, can we not do the serving at home? Why can we not use a teaspoon that we already have at home? Why do we, I mean, this, there's literally loads, like, look how many, and I didn't even keep them all. I gave my little boy loads to play with. I stopped using milk as soon as I could. I weaned my little lad as soon as he wanted to, which was super duper early anyway, but like, the amount of spoons that I was getting every single time that I wanted to buy milk just completely astounded me. And I was just like, can they not say the serving suggestion? I mean, on the side of the box, there's like this much writing to tell you that you're not meant to put any extra in, and that you're meant to keep to this milliliters and this spoon suggestion and all this sort of stuff. I don't think I ever kept to that. I would always give him like a spoon and a bit if I found that he was like ravenous. For like night feeds and stuff, I would probably not give him as much. But in the whole scheme of things, when I was actually feeding my son on his bottled milk, I was absolutely broke. So I was having to ration the milk that I was giving him anyway. So every time that I was giving him a serving of milk, it wasn't meeting the serving suggestion that was on there. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. But at the end of the day, I was having to ration that milk to my son, because I wasn't in a financial situation to be able to give him the full serving all the time. I needed that milk to last for a long time. And we went into the pandemic with having to buy milk, and it was rationed, if you remember. And most of the time when I was going in, I couldn't get my hands on it anyway. But every time I bought a box, it would just frustrate the life out of me that they'd put so much effort into the design of the cardboard box to provide the powder with air to, you know, do this kind of stuff on the box. They'd sorted all of that out, but they'd not even thought the fact that we're meant to be getting rid of plastics, that we're not meant to be having plastics. And do they not think that their customer can go and use a spoon at home? With the amount of information on the box, they could literally just say, use 2 teaspoons of said powdered milk, and we wouldn't have to have this many spoons. And this is just me. This is one person with this many spoons. And this isn't even the amount of spoons that I did have. So how many plastic spoons are there out there for just this one product that we could have just used a normal spoon that we had at home? And this is the kind of thing, this is the kind of literally spoon-fed lifestyle that we live, and there's no thought into any future repercussions. There's I just can't get over the hypocriticalness of an organic product using so much plastic. And these are the things that literally tip my trigger button all the time, day in, day out. And I know this sounds so sad, doesn't it? But when you're seeing how much plastic goes into the ocean, and the fact that they're stopping plastic straws through the government, and you know, we're meant to be buying reusable bottles for our water and all this kind of stuff, and then these are being passed by design agencies and companies that sell billions, I don't even know what the numbers are, of products day in, day out, being completely, where's the care? Like, and for me, I completely lost faith in the product. I did research into the product and found there were so many sort of pitfalls into what I was feeding my son. I spoke to loads of specialists in regards to breastfeeding and things like that, and it just opened my eyes to so many other products and so many other things that we can look at. And I'm hoping to share this kind of information on this page because I feel like it's really relevant, with so much around us and this fear mongering about our need to recycle every goddamn thing that we have, and you know, we're working towards carbon free and all this kind of stuff. And I think that it should be down to designers, it should be down to the manufacture of products, it should be down to governments, it should be down to communities who are asking for better options, and giving feedback to these products, giving feedback to these manufacturers. This is not what we want. This is not helping our future, is it? This is the here and now. You're trying to sell a product to get my money, but what are you giving in return? Does that make sense? I really, this is going around the houses a little bit, and I hope that the analogy, is it analogy, or what I'm using doesn't go over your head. But for me, it's asking for better, giving feedback, and saying to companies and organisations that we rely on to do better, really, and to question things and to not be spoon-fed, to look into things, and to do our own investigations, and to be clear-minded about what we're buying, what we're spending our money on, and who we are supporting, because ultimately where we put our money is energy. That's an energy exchange, and I feel like the balance of what we get out of where we put our money is so not right. And I hope to highlight some of these things. The next couple of videos, I'm hoping to expand on this a little bit further. I hope this helps. I'm literally just here to maybe turn your head and direct you to something that you might not have thought before. But there are better ways of choosing better for yourself and your family and your future. And it's up to us to say that we're not happy. And it's not a bad thing to say that you're not happy and that you're that you're not cool with the way that something is. These companies put so much money into manufacture and the design process, and something as so simple as this plastic spoon has been completely overlooked. And this is a main component of what's going out to every single mother and baby. And for a product that is for a baby, is this right for that baby's future? This is where my mind goes. Is this right? If you're selling a product to a mother and a baby, you are also selling it for their future. So the ingredients in that in that milk is to provide nutritious energy to that baby so that they can thrive. Is this plastic spoon available with this product? Does this carry the same value as the content of your ingredients? And I'll just leave that there. Don't be spoon-fed, peeps. Just tell that spoon to back up and let's have a look about what's on it.